I would love to just get a dialogue. You know what I'm saying? And if there was anything personal that he took, we can, if apologies needed, because I've apologized all my life to people, man. I'm not a bad guy. Right. But it took me a long time to get this. Most guys don't live this long. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while to get to, I'm 58. Like it took, like I wasn't supposed to even get here this long. None of my niggas are here. All my niggas is dead. Yeah. And everybody I ever loved is dead or in jail. I had to get with younger niggas, 6, 7 year old younger than me, because all my niggas actually came out the house with a gun. Right. So I had to get with that generation. You know, so, you know, like and it was sad that all those years was a divide, because when you think about it, you know, we're just up there in the culture everybody's trying to, they had a job to do. You know, I'm trying to transition into life of a company and be a leader and trying to, you know, not be, you know what I'm saying? And it's not be that, and it's taking time. And, you know, even my dad, I just left him. Like my dad, I love my dad to death. So me and Zino, I brought Zino, it was the first time we stayed at my dad's, man. And I love my dad so much, man. It's like, my dad still got his ways. He still got that. You know, my sister wanted to take pictures. I don't want to take a picture no more. You know what I'm saying? I already took pictures. But you know what I'm saying? He's still, like, you know.
There's still pieces there.
There are pieces in you as human beings that are going to be with you.
Right.
And of course I have trauma. Of course I do. And of course I mask it. You have to. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes you civilized, is to mask your trauma enough to be amongst.
I don't think you mask it though.
I mean,
I think that you reply to things you see that people say about you.
That I shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't, but that's a part of the trauma. It's reactory, right? You react according to something that is said about you or somebody defaming your character, whatever the case may be. The way you react is a part of your trauma.
And I tell you how I got over the shit.
100%.
Just look for the good.
Right. That's where I'm at now. That's where I'm at now.
Just look for the good.
That's where I'm at now. Like now, like I was so excited and happy to be here, you know, because it's like, you know, because I knew I would be able, because I know MECC. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and I'm up there and I'm like, I get impressed by intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll sit back, you know what I'm saying? And man, when I'm hearing some shit, I'm like, oh, he's sharp. Right. So it's just not rapping, because rapping would like that too. But if everybody in here, man, if you hear just kick some sharp conversation, the same way you feel about kicking some lyrics, you're gonna feel the same way about that nigga kicking that conversation.
Right.
It's just that rappers is just more sexier. So that's why rappers I wanna be the rapper, but people don't understand, it's not just rap, it's just us as a people. Like hip hop saved our fucking lives, everybody in here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I look back on it now and I'm thinking the way it was just the balance of how it should have been. Because if it wasn't, then who knows what the source would have been. And that's just, now I look at MECC and see, he's, and even James Bernard and Schechter, they all contributed to what that magazine had to be and how it got so big. But I did too. And that's all. And I recognize it now, and I hope they do too. You know what I'm saying? And then we could put it to rest.
Real quick before we wrap up, I just got one thing for the children. A lot of people don't know this, so this have to be touched on because this haven't been spoke on. So you were one of probably the first rappers that were targeted in his own community.
Yeah.
You know, this is something big to all the rappers out there. So when you go to Boston, for you guys that don't travel, that don't know, if you go to Boston, he's targeted. To this day, he's legendary out there with the powers that be. They hate him, they want to take him down. He's nothing like normal in Boston. I can state that for a fact because I be in Boston. So the point I want to get at is, being that you were like one of the original rappers that were targeted by the powers that be and eventually even had to leave Boston because of that, what do you say to the rappers nowadays that are pretty much replicas of you that don't even know it, that are in their cities, targets?
First of all, I really appreciate you saying.
Yes.
More than you know.
Yes.
what I'm saying? Because people just don't know that side. And, you know, it's almost, you know, we live in a time where it's almost like two dimensions. Like, it's almost like that never existed. It now is because the young kids don't really give a fuck about none of that. And the millenniums, they're the ones running the culture. It's based around them. So people don't really see what you went through. You know what I'm saying? And what you had to go through. Like Boston, like, because of my father, because of like, you know, like, it was to the point where police were trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Police were trying to like get shit, plant shit on me.
Yeah.
Like, they followed me. You know, the feds got the investigation. I was being investigated for 3 years. They put the accountant in the source a fucking wire. This is the Boston feds. He wore a wire. We paid him $150,000 a year. This nigga wore a wire. I never did nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't, it's, you know, trying, and then you get all the scrutiny from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. You know what I'm saying? But you really going through real life shit that could shape your life. Like they were trying to hit me with the RICO. You know what I'm saying? Like the original numbers was they offered me 25 before my mother died. They went and had a meeting with her. They wasn't supposed to do that. Went to her house, tell him to cop out to 25 because we're gonna get him, you know, go through, you know, life. He'll get kingpin. They interviewed 160 people. The entire Source magazine, the entire Source. Now, I don't know if they got you, Mecca. Yeah, but you heard about that. Like the feds interviewed the entire office. Niggas and Jimmy Henchman's brother was telling me that they was pulling niggas out of Allenwood up in Pennsylvania. A lot of niggas in Boston. There was over 100 people that they interviewed.
What year was this?
I'm not good with years. I just know that like they interviewed like 100 people from everywhere, and they was trying to. This was 3 years investigating me, and George wore the wire for 8 months. And you remember George Moore? Remember George, the white boy who was the man, he was cool as fuck. Like I thought everything, this is my man. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to talk Patriots and thing. Cause see, me, the real reason why and I don't want to say this because I don't want the police, but it's like I'm not no dumb motherfucker. I just don't be chatting around anything about anybody. Yeah. Dave hired him. White guy out of Jersey. I think he was half Jewish, half Italian. Hey, George, his office, the way it is, the journalists are over there, the business is over here. The business is smaller, journalists is Animal House, the business is quiet, cool, Dave, you know what I'm saying? So, right? Split.
The little white guy to the left on this side?
George Moore.
This trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard.